Hey everyone, we're back with another Training Tuesday. If you saw last week's, this week we're doing the 2, reload 2, fairly straightforward drill. I've got one IPSC target down at 10 yards. We'll cover that in a second though. We got one magazine with 2 rounds. The second magazine has to have at least 2 rounds. We can have as much as you want in there. We've got normally 5 yards if we're shooting holstered with a pistol, 10 yards if we're doing it with a carbine. Because of the way I got it set up, I'm just gonna do 10 yards for each one. At the start signal, we're going to fire 2 rounds, slide lock reload, fire 2 more rounds at the target. There's no part time, but all we got to do is get all our shots in the A zone to count. So take as much time as you need. We'll talk about how to scale that later on at the end of the video, but should be fairly straightforward. Again, we're going to do both handgun and rifle here at 10 yards because that's how I've got it set up, and I'm lazy and I'm trying to get things done quickly here. But you can normally do it at 5 yards as well. I'm out here with my grandparents helping them do some instruction today. So if you hear some cheering from the crowd behind me, that's the explanation there. I'm going to get the downrange camera turned on and then we'll start shooting. All right, so again, we got no part time. I'm going to be shooting my Glock Model 45 with the 507 ACSS Falcon here out of my Safariland holster. Again, fire 2, reload, fire 2, no part time. We just got to get all our shots in the A zone. But let's see if we can't do it. And I'm going to set a target of, let's say, 6 seconds for myself. All right, so looks good, all of them in the A zone, and that was 473. See how that reload took. 214 for the reload, not too bad, at least not for me, could definitely be faster. Let's go ahead and switch to the carbine, see how I do with that one. All right, so we got my CZ Bren 2 SBR. We're gonna see if we can do this. Again, let's do 5 seconds is gonna be our goal with this one here. We're going to be doing it from the low ready. All right, flub the reload a little bit. 484, so just under my goal time. Let's see what that reload was. 338 on the reload. Definitely could be faster. One thing about the Bren 2, I love this rifle. Magwell's not very forgiving. You really got to get it in there. So let's walk down to the target, talk about how we did. All right, so if you saw last week's video, going to be mostly the same here as far as how we did. So again, kept them all in the A zone, kept it under the goal times that I had. Now, obviously, I could probably set more difficult times for myself. Do with that information what you will. But when you have a drill like this where there is no part time, this is really where you get to push yourself and find where your specific failure point is. So again, we kept all our shots in the A zone, especially with a handgun. We kept them pretty nice and tight and clustered. So that means I can definitely push myself to go faster on my splits or the time between each shot taken, because I got a lot of unused space here if my only goal is to keep it in the A zone. So what I recommend doing if you're doing drills like this, and whenever you're pacing over it, just write the time you got and then how many shots were outside of the A zone. So you can keep trying to push faster and faster, and you can keep track as your time changes whether or not you're keeping all your shots in your A zone. So you can find that exact time that you can go as fast as you can while still getting all your shots in. Again, this is also a great way to practice reloads on the clock. Reloads might be really easy when you're in your bedroom just dropping mags on your mattress, but when you've got the timer going, your brain just tends to do different things than you would otherwise anticipate. So again, really great drill to practice, really low round count requirement as well. Again, I think this is worth doing. If you guys want an opportunity to win a deck of cards like the one we're using, all you got to do is film yourself doing this or any of the other Training Tuesday videos we've done so far. Upload that to Instagram or YouTube and then send me and Drill Index a link to that video so that we can check it out. We get maybe 1 or 2 submissions a month. So if you do a submission, at least as of now, you've got a really good chance of getting in there. I really think that this is valuable stuff to practice. Instead of going out and mag dumping into trash, as fun as that may be, this is how you're actually going to be able to measure your skills so that you can track your progression over time, which I think is the real critical thing here to making yourself a better shooter. If you want to pick up a deck of cards like this anyway, in the meantime, you can check out the links down below to Drill Index's website where you can check that out. If you want to see this or many other drills that we're going to be doing over the course of this project, you can hit the subscribe button because we do one of these a week week so you guys can keep having stuff to practice at the range. Definitely worth your guys' time. But let me know how you think I did. Let me know how you guys do when you do this drill as well. And thanks again for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you.